Hey, boys and girls, I'm back with another Break It Down lesson for you. Today, we're going to look at subtracting numbers within 1,000. So, subtracting three-digit numbers. But our Break It Down steps are going to be exactly the same. So, who remembers step one? That's right. Mark my HTO and circle the bigger number. So here I have a math equation for us, 567 minus 233. Step one, mark my HTO and circle the bigger number. And remember, when I mark my HTO, I always start with the ones, the last number, because then I can mark each digit. I just go right up. So let me go mark my HTO and circle the bigger number. There we are. There you go. See, I marked the HTO on both my numbers and I circled the bigger number. All right. Step two, what is it? Make a model. Model it. And I always like to model my bigger number first. And when we are doing subtraction, it's really important that we model the bigger number. Just another reason why I like to do that step one, circle it, and model that bigger number first all the time. So let's see. There's my circled number. I'm going to model 567. I'll be right back. So here we go. Here is my modeled number. 5 in the hundreds place, 5 hundreds. 6 in the tens place, 6 tens. A 7 in the one place, 7 ones. And look how I drew my tens and my ones in rows of 5 to make it super easy for me to count. Now I could also put this in an HTO chart to make it a little bit easier for me. Let me go ahead and do that. So there we go. Now I can definitely see where my ones, my tens, and my hundreds are. Let's take a look at what is my next step when I break it down. I marked my T&O, circled the bigger number. I modeled the bigger number. Now it's time to do the math. And am I going to add or subtract? Let's take a look. I'm subtracting today. So does that mean I'm going to put more on or take some away? Take some away. How many am I going to take away? Well, I just look at my marked HTOs. I'm going to take away 2 hundreds, take away 3 tens, and take away 3 ones. Now, I always like to start with my ones when I'm taking away because, I don't know, I just do. That's what I like to do. So let me go ahead. And you know what? I'm going to use a different color for this just so you can see it a little bit easier. All right, I'm ready to take away. So 3 ones, I'm just going to take away 3 ones. I like to put a little X on them so that I know exactly how many I took away and it's easy for me to check my work. 3 tens, I'm going to take away 3 tens. And 2 hundreds, I'm going to take away 2 hundreds. Okay, I modeled it. Now I just have to figure out the answer. How do I figure out the answer? I count. Let's see, how many ones are left? 4. So I'm going to write that number right here. How many tens are left? 3. So I'm going to write that number right here. And how many hundreds are left? 3 again. So let me write that 3. Now, can you see my answer? 3 hundreds, 3 tens, and 4 ones. So 567 minus 233 is 334. All right, boys and girls, I know you're going to ask me. What if it's written up and down? I have an example. Let's take a look at what we do if it's written up and down. Here I have 648 minus 215. Oh, I bet you know what step 1 is now. Mark my HTO and circle the bigger number. So on this one, because it's up and down, I'm only going to mark my HTO one time. Here's my O. I start over there. Then I know the next one is T, and that one is H. And now I'm going to circle my bigger number. 6 is bigger than 2, so I know automatically that is the bigger number. So there we go. Step 1, mark my HTO and circle the bigger number. Step 2, model it. Make a model. So again, I'm going to model that bigger number first. And this time, I'm not going to put it in an HTO chart, so don't get tricked. I'll be back. All right, here we go. 6 hundreds, 4 tens, and 8 ones. So now what do? Step 3, do the math. What kind of math am I doing? Can't really see. There it is. Subtraction. So I am taking away. So let's go ahead, and I always start with my ones when I do this. How many ones am I going to take away? I'm going to take away 5. Oh, look at that. I know that this is 5 right here. So I'm just going to cross all those out. How many tens? Sorry, we did the ones. How many tens am I going to take away? 1 10. So there we go. And how many hundreds? 2 hundreds. Now, to find the answer, I just count what's left. Let's see how many ones are left. 3. How many tens are left? 3. You have to be a little bit careful, boys and girls, about your X's when you're crossing them out, because if you make sloppy X's, you might accidentally count numbers that you've crossed out, or you might accidentally cross off too many. So just be careful with those X's. 3 tens, 4 hundreds. So my answer is I have 4 hundreds, 3 tens, and 3 ones. So let's see, how many ones right under the 1? How many tens right under the T? How many hundreds left right under the H? 433. Well, that's it for today, boys and girls, although I am going to give a little sneak peek challenge of how to do a little subtraction with regrouping of hundreds if you'd like to stick around. If not, see you next time. Bye. All right, boys and girls, if you are still here, then you are looking for a little challenge, trying to keep that brain super strong, and I love that. So here we're going to take a look a little bit of how to regroup, and I'm going to use the same break it down strategy so you can see what we are doing. So here's my equation, 402 minus 131, and I'll be right back because I am going to mark my T&O, circle my bigger number, and I'm going to model that bigger number as well. I'm going to do steps 1 and 2. So here it is, boys and girls. I've modeled my bigger number, and I put it in a T&O chart so that we could see, big problem, there's no tens to take away. So let's take a look here. Same thing as before. I'm going to start in my ones, and I'm going to just X out how many I'm taking away. I'm going to take away 1, 1. But now I have to take away 3 tens. What do I do? Well, when we did this before, we learned how to slide a 10. I don't have any tens to slide, so instead I'm going to slide 100 into my tens. Why would I do that? because 100 is how many tens? 10 tens. So I'm going to take one of my hundreds, I X it out, I slide it over, and I draw 10 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, I don't have 400s anymore. I only have 300. So it's important that I remember to cross that out. But now I can take away 3 tens. So I just cross off 3 tens. See what I mean about it can get a little bit tricky trying to figure out what you crossed off? Yup. But I still need to go and take away my hundreds. So I still have 100 to take away. I have to take away one more because I didn't take that guy away. I just slid him into the tens. So I still have to take away one more 100. Now I can count to find my answer. How many ones are left? 1. How many tens are left? 5, 6, 7. And how many hundreds are left? 2. So my answer is 271. Now let's take a look at how to do that when it's in a vertical algorithm, up and down. So here we are, and I have 628 minus 384. Step 1 is I mark my HTO and I circle the bigger number. And now I'm going to model that bigger number so that we can see what we're doing. Here we go. Now, even if you can do this in your head without drawing the model, I like to draw my model so that I can check my work. But when I'm doing it, I start over in the ones, so I just look at the ones. Can I take 4 away from 8? Yep, it's a doubles fact. I know automatically that that is 4. So I'm actually going to write that here. But I'm going to check by making my model. How many am I taking away? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now I have 2 tens take away 8 tens. Can I do that? Nope. What do I need to do? Slide 100 over. I'm going to take one of these hundreds and slide them over here. So here I go. And how many more do I need to draw? 10, because there's 10 tens in 100. There's 5. Now when I have my up and down, it's a good idea to mark what I've just done. Do I still have 2 tens? I don't. How many tens do I have all together now? I have 12. So I'm going to put that right here. I hope you can see that, how I changed 2 tens. I used to have 2 tens. Now I have 12 tens, so I changed that 2 in the tens place to show that. Now I have 12 tens. And how many am I taking away? Can I take away 8 now? I absolutely can. I know this is 5, 6, 7, 8. And how many tens do I have left now? 1, 2, 3, 4. And if I look at how I drew it, 12 tens take away 8 tens is 4 tens. So that's another way I can check to see if I did it right. Let's go to our hundreds. Uh-oh. Do I still have 6 hundreds? I don't. I took one away, so I have to change that number. I don't have 6 hundreds anymore. How many hundreds do I have? 5. So now, how many am I going to take away? Another 3. 1, 2, 3. And how many hundreds do I have left? 2. Let's see if that makes sense up here. 5 hundreds minus 3 hundreds is 2 hundreds. Well, boys and girls, thanks for sticking around and looking at a little bit of a challenge. If I went a little too fast for you on this, you can always drop into my class or our drop-in session on Wednesdays, and we can chat about this a little bit more. I love math, and I hope you do too, and I hope to see you all soon. Bye.